Here at home, Conservative leadership hopefuls debated last night in Edmonton. Kevin O'Leary, he was a no-show. With more of the highlights, CTV's Michelle Boyer joins us now from Ottawa. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
So where was Kevin O'Leary?
Pretty much across the street. He was having what is called a fireside discussion with other Conservatives, discussing everything. And this method, cost Kevin O'Leary some money for not participating, but it also didn't necessarily look good. But he said that he didn't like the format of it. And with 14 candidates, of course, the format does not allow for a lot of elaboration. A lot of the candidates we saw yesterday were talking about, they were changing topics all the time. So Kevin O'Leary took it upon himself to meet with other Conservatives in Edmonton. He says that was a better use of his time.
So let's talk about immigration. A question came up last night about how Canada is handling these asylum seekers that are coming over the border in Manitoba and Quebec.
Yeah, that's right. It was a question that came up. They were asked, what needs to be done, and some interesting suggestions from the Conservative candidates. Although they didn't differ all that much. Take a look at what they had to say.
We need to close this loophole. This is an abuse of our system, and we need to preserve the integrity for legitimate refugees and legitimate people coming to this country.
These people have entered our country illegally. They should be detained, questioned, and sent back to the United States immediately.
Every single time more people come across the border illegally and claim refugee status, the line and the wait gets longer for those who went through the process legally. And we have to make sure we continue to communicate that as well.
Michelle, did I see somebody wearing a hockey jersey?
He was wearing an Oilers jersey. I noticed that when I was
watching it.
Who was
that? Do you know? Oh.
No.
Okay, wow, all right. We've got a few seconds left. Kelly Leach, we saw her there in that bit of sound. She also promoted her online video. Why do you think she did that, Michelle?
It was really interesting. This video was released last week. I was on vacation. I got a notification about it, and it was something else. It was, let's just say, shot very differently. It was very awkward pans. It wasn't really done very well. And it became the butt of jokes on Twitter. And she came out in her opening remarks and said, I have a video. And the video runs about 9 minutes long, where she talks about her platform. But interesting timing of all of this. Of course, last week and the week before, Kelly Leach, it's hard to get a lot of media attention, especially with so many candidates. This may have been a way to get the spotlight back on her.
Well, as they say, any bad publicity is good publicity. And that was Rick Peterson wearing that jersey. Thanks, Michelle. See you next hour.